Aloha, everybody. Welcome to the joint reconvene hearing. Let's see, with intergovernmental affairs, government operations, and our great friends from public safety and military affairs. One bill on the agenda, 2058, relating to neighborhood boards. In talking to the introducer, he'd like this to continue because it affects something in his district. So in discussing with him and looking at the testimony, what we're going to do is we're going to try to address some of the concerns by taking the amendments from the Public First Law Center. So on page 2, lines 2 and 3, removing a county commission, or page 2, line 13, remove and community outreach boards. Page 2, line 17, remove commission or county-based. And page 3, line 20, remove or organize. And then we're going to add a effective date of 21/12. In the committee report, however, we're going to have judiciary look at the fact that there may be, with these changes, a title subject problem now. And so therefore, they can check that out when it goes to the commission. Members, questions, comments? If not, Vice Chair, Designee. If you don't mind, Senate Draft 1, 2058.
Okay, voting on SB 2058 for GVO. Chair's recommendation is to pass with amendments. Chair votes.
Yes.
Okay, Senator Gabbard is excused. I vote aye. Senator Wakai.
Yes.
Senator Awa.
Aye.
Chair recommendation has been adopted.
Thank you.
For the Public Safety Committee, the same recommendation. Any discussion? If not, Senator Elefante, as Cardi B would say, yes.
Chair's recommendation is to pass SB 2058 with amendments. Chair votes aye. Vice Chair votes aye. Senator Fukunaga is excused. Senator Rhodes is excused. Senator Awa.
Aye.
Mr. Chair, recommendation is adopted.
Thank you.
Should have voted Niners. Okay, thanks, guys. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Committee on Government Operations. This is the 3 o'clock agenda. We're going to vote on several measures that were already taken up by good friends at Labor and Technology. First up, 2598, relating to telework. Per concurrence of the Labor Chair, we're going to follow their recommendation, which is to blank out the 2-day maximum. And then we're going to defect date this to July 1st, 2050 to encourage further discussion. Members, questions, comments? If not, Vice Chair Pro Temp, I vote yes.
Okay, so voting at SB 2598, Chair's recommendation is to pass with amendments. Chair votes aye. Senator Gabbard is excused. Senator San Buenaventura is aye. Senator Wakai is excused. And Senator Awa.
Aye.
Chair recommendation has been adopted.
Thank you, guys. Really appreciate it. 3296, another remote work bill. This is the study in the report. So on this one, per concurrence and previous vote of the Labor Committee, we're going to also adopt their recommendations of a defective date of July 1st, 2050 to encourage further discussion. Members, questions or comments? If not, Vice Chair Pro Temp, 3296, Senate Draft 1, I vote aye.
Okay, thank you very much. For SB 3296, Chair's recommendation is to pass with amendments, noting the excused absences of Senators Gabbard and Wakai. Any reservations? Any no's?
No.
Oh, no.
Sorry.
It's okay, no.
All right.
Chair recommendation has been adopted.
Okay, thank you very much. And then finally, Senate Bill 3297 relating to employment. What we're going to do on this one as well is per the previous concurrence and vote of the Labor Committee, we're going to adopt the same recommendations, the effective date of July 1st, 2050 to encourage further discussion. Members, questions or comments on the annual report on vacancies? Not. Vice Chair Pro Tempe, Senate Draft 1, I vote aye.
Okay, thank you. Voting for SB 3297, Chair's recommendation is to pass with amendments, noting the excused absences of Senators Gabbard and Wakai. Are there any reservations? Seeing none, are there any no's? Seeing none, Chair recommendation has been adopted.
Thank you, members, so much. So what concludes this agenda? Aloha, everybody. Welcome to the Committee on Government Operations. We're going to come back for the 301 agenda, decision-making only. Senate Bill 2172 relating to boards and commissions. After checking this issue out further, what we want to do on this is remove Section A on page 1 of the bill, defect date to July 1st, 2112, for further conversations. And in the committee report, we're going to note that Robert's rules, as was noted in testimony, provides for lines of succession among committee members themselves. However, this committee thinks that there are valid reasons to not, emphasize the word not, have staff take control of the meetings. Okay, members, questions or comments? If not, Vice Chair Pro Temp, Senate Draft 1, I vote yes.
So for SB 2172, Chair's recommendation is to pass with amendments. Chair votes aye. Senator Gabbard is excused. Senator Wakai is excused. Senator Wa.
Aye.
And I vote aye. Chair recommendation has been adopted.
Okay, thank you so much, members. Appreciate you being here. Aloha, everybody. Welcome back. Decision making only for the Committee on Government Operations 303 agenda. Several measures we heard earlier. First up, we heard Senate Bill 3028 relating to 911 services. We had a robust discussion on this measure, and because of the flush amount of monies in this fund, we're going to add a new section to the bill to address the cost to consumers. We're going to charge accounts with individual lines 33 cents a month instead of 66 cents. And accounts with multiple lines would be 66 cents per month for the account. So instead of being charged per line on the account as it is now. So large families will see quite a bit of savings in these tough times. We'll make some technical non-substantive amendments for the purposes of clarity, consistency, and style, and a effective date of 2112. And the thing is, again, we want to touch in the committee report that these will be the rate changes will be a savings to consumers, and the fund currently has $28 million over, and they only plan on spending $8 million of it for the upgrades that are contemplated under the measure. Members, questions, comments on our give back to the consumer bill? If not, Vice Chair Pro Temp, 3028 SD1, I vote yes.
Okay, thank you very much. For SB 3028, Chair's recommendation is to pass with amendments. Chair votes aye. I vote aye. Senator Awa.
Aye.
Senators Gabbard and Wakai are excused. Chair recommendation has been adopted.
Okay, thank you so much. Senate Bill 2644, Legislative Budget Office. We want to research something that came up in the testimony. And so with your indulgence, we'll defer time certain Tuesday, February 13th at 3:30 p.m. Yeah, 3:30 p.m. Next up is the Senate Bill 3169, one of many LG bills. Again, like the previous one. I'd like to work with the LG on these bills, so deferred time certain Tuesday, February 13th at 3:30 p.m. In this room, 225. Okay, Senate Bill 3184 relating to procurement. This is equipment failures bill. This, of course, is a critical need in an emergencies, like in the area of West Maui. So we understand the concern. So what we want to do is make this only applicable to the Department of Law Enforcement, since they're the ones with the emergency needs that are covered under this bill, and we want to just limit it to the area covered in HRS 4-12D. And then we want to report back to the legislature required on the efficacy of it, and then a effective date of 2112. Members, questions, comments? If not, Vice Chair Pro Temp, SD1, I vote yes.
Okay, thank you very much. For SB 3184, with the excused absences of Senators Gabbard and Wakai, are there any reservations? Seeing none, are there any no's? Seeing none, Chair recommendation has been adopted.
Okay, thank you so much. Senate Bill 2816, Lieutenant Governor's Office, again, time certain, Tuesday, February 13th at 3:30 p.m. to work with our great LG. Next one up is Senate Bill 2873, relating to State Naming Commission. What we're going to do on this one, members, is after hearing the testimony and discussions, is we're going to make amendments. We're going to replace the member from State Foundation on Culture and the Arts with a member from the University of Hawaii's archives, so that they're involved. Technical non-substantive amendments for the purposes of clarity, consistency, and style, and an effective date of 2112. And just we want to note that, while we appreciate the suggestion from the comptroller, we feel that it's a better fit with the UH archives because they are the keepers of historical research and studies, not only of UH, but also the state and local history. Okay, questions or comments?
Question.
Yes.
Who do you say from UH?
I'm sorry, it is the University of Hawaii Archives. UH Archives.
They would be the ones consulted on.
No, they would be a part of this group.
Oh,
Advisory
Just one
commission.
of many members. Because they have access.
Who would be the rest of the members? Are there other Hawaiians on it?
State Foundation on Culture and the Arts.
My only concern is the Hawaiians being involved in the.
That's a good point. How about this? We'll follow up on, let's just go through this ways and means. We'll work with the chair and we can put that in a minute.
Okay.
Is that cool?
Yeah, if we can make sure the Hawaiians.
Yeah,
are involved in the process.
for sure. If not, then we can put it on.
Okay.
Is that cool?
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions?
I'd like to note that 3 members are going to be nominated by the Speaker of the House and 3 members by the President of the Senate. And it doesn't look like any other
No
than
more
those.
community.
Speaker of the House or Senate President.
You know what? Why don't we do this?
It should be 3 nominated by the Speaker of the House,
And 3 Senate.
3 from the Senate, and a member of the public.
Yes, and a member of the, no, 2, the 1 member to be appointed from the State Foundation on Culture and the Arts. And you're right, 1 member shall be appointed to represent the public, but doesn't say who appoints the public member. But it doesn't say specifically, one
Yeah.
from OHA
You
or
want to just
DHHL.
pull it back and defer it to next Tuesday? Yeah, why don't we just do that? We'll just make the change.
I'd love to sign on. I'd love to say yes to it, but yeah, if you can put
Huh?
that in. If you put that in, then
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Put that in, does that work for you?
okay.
So we'll defer to next
Well,
month.
okay, everybody, given the concerns that were raised by my good committee member and wanting to work with him to address those very real concerns, we're going to defer this one time certain to Tuesday to our 3:30 p.m. agenda, so we can hopefully come up with something to address the things that you brought up. Thanks. Cool. Okay. Let's see, now I lost where I was at. Okay,
24.
never let it be said, I don't want to work on my own bills. Okay, Senate Bill 2403 relating to government accountability. This is requires us to have ledge hearings when we get an auditor's report out. And so members, I think it's a great idea. And so this will allow for more effective use of the resources. So let's keep this going with an effective date of 21/12. And then we want to also note the auditor's testimony in the committee report that they strongly agree that a public hearing or informational briefing is an invaluable means to inform the subject matter committees. Members, any questions or comments? If not, Vice Chair Pro Temp 2403 SD1, I vote yes.
Okay, voting on SB 2403, Chair's recommendation is passed with amendments noting the excused absences of Senators Gabbard and Wakai. Are there any reservations? Seeing none, are there any no? Seeing none, Chair recommendation has been adopted.
Okay, thank you so much. Next up, Senate Bill 3171 relating to meeting notices. What we're going to do is defer this one time certain, Tuesday, February 13th at 3:30 p.m. Actually, hold on one second on this one. I believe this deferral is not necessary. I misread my notes. This is like this measure here. Pretty much we should move it as is.
Order 3171.
Yeah, because this gets rid of the hanging of paper stuff up.
Okay, sounds good.
Kind of
Okay,
straightforward.
as is.
I guess.
Okay.
Yep.
Voting on SB 3171, Chair's recommendation is to pass unamended, noting the excused absences of Senators Gabbard and Wakai. Are there any reservations? Seeing none, are there any votes? No, seeing none, Chair recommendation has been adopted.
Okay, thank you very much. Next up, Senate Bill 2288 relating to government. This one here, we're going to go ahead and make some recommended changes, and we're going to insert a definition of other representative of any state department as a person traveling for state-related functions using state funds. This should hopefully cure the concerns of DOE. We're also going to include the DLE's amendments to allow them to be able to do custody travel and other necessary travel, and they would allow them to delay the reporting. And then finally, a defective date of 21/12. Members, questions or comments on travel reports? If not, Vice Chair Pro Temp 2288 SD1.
Okay, voting on SB 2288, Chair's recommendation is to pass with amendment, noting the excused absences of Senators Gabbard and Wakai. Are there any reservations? Seeing none, are there any no's? Seeing none, chair recommendation has been adopted.
Okay, next up, Senate Bill 2139 relating to public records. What we'd like to do is keep this bill moving along. However, we do want to make a tweak insofar as the fact that the cap on costs is critical, as well as the first page is critical in getting information related to disasters, particularly the one that happened 6 months ago. Given the amount of money that is in spending that happens in disaster areas, the information by the media and others is critical in providing accountability. So what we'd like to do is go ahead and move this out, apply applicable only to nationally declared disasters and a effective date of 21/12 to have the Judiciary Committee look at it with ways and means. Members, questions, comments? If not, Vice Chair Pro Temp, SB 2139, SD1.
Okay, voting on SB 2139, chair's recommendation is to pass with amendments, noting the excused absences of Senators Gabbard and Wakai. Are there any reservations? Seeing none, are there any no's? Seeing none, chair recommendation has been adopted.
Okay, next up, Senate Bill 2281. This one would have a Con-Am put on the ballot to establish a continuous legislative session. We think it warrants further discussion because given recent events, there's probably a need for the legislature to be in session full-time. Plus, it allows us to focus on budget items more thoroughly in the beginning of the year and really focus on policy items towards the end of the year. It's worth further discussion. So with your indulgence, members, I'd like to defect date it to 21/12 to encourage that and move it on to the next committee. Yes, sir.
I do have a question.
Mhm.
What would it do with the salary?
It would basically be reflective, we'd be equivalent to the council member salaries.
It would jump because like,
Becomes full year, yeah, because you're now.
because I would like to vote for like a full session, but not, I don't want to be in the paper for no aid.
Yeah, well, that's a concern. That's why we just-
If we see it though.
Yeah.
Okay. When, at what point would you know?
Well, that'll come out later.
Commission.
Oh,
Yeah,
it wouldn't even be
salary.
with the bill.
Yeah.
I won't vote no on
the
this one.
Okay, how about you? Are you gonna, because you're not gonna vote for it either. Defer it.
I don't
I'm not gonna
like,
live or die. on it.
thank you.
All right, okay, so what we're gonna do with this one, members, is we're gonna go ahead and defer this measure, and then we can talk about it more during the summer with the community.
Thank
Cool?
you.
All right.
Sorry.
Sorry, it's needed. Like I said, it's not the end of the world.
I don't want to go.
Okay, next up, 2830, relating to meetings. This is the Sunshine Law, one for open meetings, policy-making groups. This one's particularly important given recent events. With your indulgence, members, I'd like to go ahead and take the suggested amendments from Public First Law Center language, adding policy-making group and any state or federal constitutional provision. This isn't, the main thing we want to emphasize in the committee report is that this isn't going after any groups. This information being exchanged and deliberated on is of critical public importance, especially in times of disasters. And these groups and the information they have a big, profound impact. So the more that we have, the more the community knows, the better it is. Okay. And then we'll just, that's the only changes. So any questions or comments? If not, Senate Bill 2830, Senate Draft 1. Sorry, yeah, I vote yes.
Voting on SB 2830, chair's recommendation is passed with amendments, noting the excused absences of Senators Gabbard and Wakai. Are there any reservations? Seeing none, are there any no's? Seeing none, chair recommendation has been adopted.
Okay, and finally, it's the holdover bill. Next bill is Senate Bill 2597, which helps to cure an issue that we believe needs to be addressed. So, with your indulgence, we've heard this bill last year. I'd say we moved on as is. Questions, comments? If not, Vice Chair Pro Temp, as is.
Okay, voting on SB 2597, chair's recommendation is to pass unamended, noting the excused absence of Senator Gabbard. Are there any reservations? Seeing none, are there any no's? Seeing none, chair recommendation has been adopted.
Okay, next up, 2639, relating to public agency meetings. Guys, we got a lot of overwhelming opposition and concerns about the statute of limitations. And because of that, we'll just defer this one indefinitely. We have Senate Bill 618, the permitting office one. We want to defer time certain to Tuesday, February 13th at 3:30 p.m. We think this could have a lot of value. However, there could be some issues of duplication that could occur if we don't be very specific on the language in the scope. So with your indulgence, we'll do that, and then that concludes the end of the agenda. Thank you so much for being here.